Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fruitful Trees. And I got a very special treat for you today because I'm always going around tropical gardens here in South Florida, where it's warm outside. And I always get, how can we grow fruit trees up north or it's cold outside? Well, we have a special guest today. His name is Japheth. And Japheth is in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And as you can see behind him, he has some trees. And he sent me a bunch of pictures of some of the fruit that he's growing in Atlanta, Georgia, tropical fruit. So Japheth, say hello to everybody and tell us, how have you managed to grow tropical fruit in a non-tropical climate?
Hello, everyone. Um, Basically, you just treat them like you would like a pet. Like if you have a cat or dog, you have to be mindful of the type of environment they need and so forth, because uh, they're living things too. So that makes it easy,
Sure. So what made,
because
yeah, for sure. So how long have you been doing this?
geez, pretty much all my life. I have a lot of family members in South America and the Caribbean, so it just came natural because we do this stuff all the time.
Yeah, but
You
they
know.
live in warm climates.
Oh, um, I guess it's like some people have cats or dogs, and for me, cats and dogs are like growing tropical fruit trees.
So show us a little some of your trees and what you're growing there in Georgia. And then after you show us your trees, we'll come back to talk to you and find out how exactly you're growing them. So you do something very special. So show us the
Awesome.
trees you're growing. And these are
Okay, so I'll
now
start.
wait,
This is in
Jebeth,
my bed.
Jebeth, are all your trees indoors or do they go in and out?
Well, so I'll bring them in during our winters, but generally I'll bring all of them in, with the exception of the citrus. I have some citrus which can stay out pretty much all year. Like I have a pomelo, a lemon, and a sumo mandarin. I have a little east-facing patio, and for the last 5 or 6 years, it hasn't. I mean, they're fine out there, even in 20s. But everything else comes in, and I won't, put back out till like the end of March or early April.
How many trees do you have about roughly?
Around, I would say 20 or so, give or take,
Okay,
20 plus. Yeah.
okay,
So I'll
great. Show
start.
us your trees. Yeah, we're excited to see them.
First. Well, we'll start. I call this Laura Land because this is from my dude Julie and Laura. Uh, you
There
can
you go.
see here. So this is his Miami soursop.
Wow.
Yeah, I got this because I had clients that really needed the health benefits from the leaves, and he shipped such healthy trees that within like few months, I was making gallon and gallon of soursop tea.
Well. So turn your phone sideways so we get a full screen of the
Oh,
picture if you
sorry
can.
about
There you
that.
go.
Yeah. Oh, let
Okay.
me step back so you can see the whole.
Wow.
And this is a Cochin jackfruit from Julie and Laura. You can see it has like a little jackfruit and then another one here. So I remember he told me that Cochin will fruit in a pot, and this tree is definitely fruiting. And this is actually, I thought this was a male flower, but it's like doubled in size. So
Wow.
I don't know. And this is the Antillean apricot from Laura Farms, the Mame Americana, I think. Yeah. So you can kind of get the full scope of the size
And how
here.
big how big are the pots they're being grown in?
So I'm using The soursoup's bigger than me. So the pot, it's in a 10-gallon Rain Science fabric air fabric pot.
So give us an idea when you bought that. What size was it, and how long ago was it?
So I believe I bought, was it last year? It might have been last year, like around, yeah, it was last year, like around summer. And it was a great size. It was like, it was really healthy because when he shipped it, it had like tons and tons of leaves on it. It was, I think, I want to say maybe a 3-gallon.
Wow. So 3 gallon, and it's grown now, and it's how many feet would you say? 8 or 9 feet now?
So I have 12-foot ceiling. So it was 12 foot, but to bring it inside, I had to cut like, I would say almost at least at least 4 feet of top growth.
And have you gotten any
Because those,
flowers? Any flowers on it yet?
no flowers yet. I think because I use it for the leaves, I pick like a lot of sometimes I'll pick a little too many of the leaves, so the plant doesn't really have any energy left for fruiting. Because the main purpose I got it for was for the leaves, and it's like,
So what? I saw some pictures of yours. You also have some mango trees as well, correct?
yes, let me show you those. Those are in my this is in my bedroom, but the mangoes are in my living room.
Wow.
So this is uh let's see. This is a prom
Okay.
chimea.
Wow. Have you
Yeah.
gotten any of mangoes off that?
Not yet. I got this tree last year.
Okay.
This one is a Maha Chinook, and I've gotten like a lot of fruit off this.
How old is that?
This like 2 years old.
And you've gotten a lot of fruit off that. I saw your pictures, and I'll show some pictures up here if I can get them in
Yeah,
for people to check out.
and
That's
then
wow. So then there's some other trees there.
and this isn't a a a Lamper Benichon, and I've gotten like ton of mangoes off this. So this one is maybe 2 years old. I don't know if you can see, but
Yeah.
I have to trim them back to bring them inside.
So you keep them
Uh,
inside all winter. You bring them out in the spring. And what kind of soil do you use in the pots? Regular potting soil? Or do you use something special?
I just use the palm and citrus potting mix,
Okay.
and I try to add maybe a third of sand to the mix.
Now I see a lot of lights there. I mean, how do you manage to get enough light? Because it doesn't look like all of these trees are in front of windows. How do you manage to get enough light for the trees in the wintertime? What do you
That's a
do?
great question. It's these incredible grow lights from Soul Tech Solutions. Um, they made them to not only provide a maximum amount of light coverage, but also where they look really nice, so they don't look like you're growing stuff
So
indoors.
these
Because they,
LED lights, okay.
yeah, but the spectrum they do is crazy. Like the mangoes will flush with these lights. Seems like sometimes more than they'll flush outside.
Wow. And how long do you keep the lights on each day?
So I have it tied with Alexa. So basically, it's automatic from sun up till sun down.
Wow. And what about watering these inside? How do you water them?
That's a good question. So with mangoes, I find that the worst thing for a mango is sitting in water. In summer, they don't care in a pot, but winter, when they're inside, I find that they can get root rot really easy. Basically, the water has to be able to go down. So what I do is this is a this Prom-K-My uh, is in a 10-gallon Rain Science grow bag, and the Rain Science grow bag is on top of I think it's Hydrofarm or GoPro. They're pot um, uh, pot lifters or pot raisers. I forget the pot elevators. So see how it's sitting up. The bag is sitting up on top of that, and then below there's a saucer. So when I water the mango, there's no standing water. It's able to drip away, and that keep you can water them. I can water them like as much as I want this way, and they don't have a problem.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So
And
it's a Rain Science bag on top of a GoPro or Hydroform pot elevator, which is placed inside of a saucer.
and how'd you learn to do this? Like, you grew up in a warmer environment, but what made you decide that you're going to do this inside your house?
I think just like just plants are living too, so the more you observe plants growing, the more you get a feel for their temperament and what they like and don't like. Because they'll tell you uh, basically if you really just allow yourself to hone in and listen to what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
This is a lemon zest. So see, all this growth here was put on because I brought it in with these lights. So it's like a foot of growth. And then the whole tree is that big. And then
That's
it's
amazing.
the same thing. This is a 15-gallon. Uh, and it's got the hot elevator and the saucer.
Do you have any issues with bugs?
No. If the trees are healthy, they can fight off whatever insects or anything. At least that's my experience. And this is you can see. So I haven't had them fruit indoors. They'll flower, but the flowers will not fall off. The flowers will not form into fruit. And also, I think the flowers tend to look more. I think it could be all male indoors because it's just not. It's enough heat for them to grow, but I don't think it's enough light for them to actually
Well,
put the energy into fruiting.
that was another question. How are they getting pollinated if they're indoors most of the time when they're flowering?
They're not really, but I'm not really trying to have them fruit indoors because they're not going to taste as good if even if the fruit does hold because they're not able to get as much sunlight
Okay.
indoors.
Do you hand pollinate anything, or just in general, or
Honestly, I could, but I'm a full-time trainer, and it would just require more work because I love admiring them for their beauty, and if I have to hand pollinate, it just becomes like a job, and I feel like I wouldn't appreciate it as much.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you got about 20 trees. So what else do you have there? Any problems with diseases on the mangoes at all?
No, as long as the soil I find that if the soil is healthy and the plant's able to breathe, like find that when the plant is waterlogged, especially with mangoes, like they get hit with all type of diseases because it's weak. Just like with people, if you're sick or living in a state of sickness, it's easier for you to succumb to things that if you were healthy, your body would be able to fight off.
And do you use any fertilizers at all?
Yes. So I use like three methods I use. The first thing I do is in spring, I will poke holes into the soil and I will add like whole fish into, well, depending on the size of the tree, maybe at least two, sometimes three.
Like a
And then I'll
fish, like a real fish, like a dead
yeah,
fish?
like a real fish, like a dead fish, like full fish. And then I'll backfill it with sand. Uh,
Does that smell
so.
inside your house?
No, I'll do this. So I won't do this inside. Like this, the
Okay.
first thing I do when I take him out in spring is I'll do this. And
Okay.
it doesn't smell even outside because I use sand. And when you like the hole, I'll fill with sand. So then the sand will mask the scent.
Got you. Got you. So that's
And
one of the
then
ways. What are the other two ways you fertilize?
And then there's this product really good called Fishner. It's basically like fish manure, composted organically. It's from this company called Fishner. I'll add like I'll top dress or mulch with that. And then lastly, there's this fish emulsion called Neptune's Harvest, which I will periodically when I water them on occasion, like I mean, they get plenty of rainwater, but when I water them, I will mix 2 tablespoons in 2-gallon watering bucket. And that's pretty much, yeah, that's the fertilization schedule.
Wow. Wow. That's really, really cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
but thank you. I will say the lights are the main component because as you can see, I don't have like a lot of windows. So these lights make it possible because without the lights, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be able to make it all winter indoors.
Okay. Now I want to. I'm gonna share the screen here a moment with some of the pictures that you sent me. So
Oh,
bear with me
cool.
here. Well, hold on one second. I'm doing a sheen square to show people some of these amazing pictures. Okay, everybody. So here's some of the pictures we're looking at right now. So Jeppeth, I see some mangoes today. They possibly are Mana Chinook. I don't know if you can see the
Yeah,
screen.
Mahashina.
Maha Chinook. And then let's see. Now, why do you bag some of the fruits? I see those fruits have a bag.
Oh, that's because I'm on a 2-story balcony. So if it gets ripe or something and I'm not there, it'll drop. And there's like this thorn hedge below me that I'm not going after it because the thorns are like maybe an inch. It's some type of thorning bush that they use for a hedge. And it's like maybe 4 feet by 4 feet. So this just keeps it from dropping, because if it drops, I won't be able to retrieve it.
Got you, got you. Okay, so we're back
They'll
here.
fall which it has happened. Like when they ripe, they'll just fall in the bag, and then I can easily retrieve it. But I don't have any critter problems here because the critters don't know what they are since it's not like it's not it's not their natural growing.
All right, that's a tree flowering inside your living room.
Yeah, that's I think that's a Jakarta.
Jakarta. There's an orange. You're growing citrus as well?
Yeah, that's the sumo, actually. Let me step out here. That was really good. It was the sumo.
Wow. Look at that picture there, everybody. That's the picture of his living room. And he has a balcony there. That's really cool. We're going to explore some of these pictures here more in a moment. Let's stop the share there. And so that's
well, let me show
right. So you
you.
live in an apartment complex, it looks like there, and everything's there on your
Yeah.
balcony.
Yeah, so usually they're all out here during spring. So this is where the sumo came from. I don't know if you can. This is sumo.
So you don't even have a big yard or anything. You just manage to
No.
grow this where you're at.
Yeah, so these stay outside. This is a mandarin quat, and this is the pomelo, which already has flowers. Let me.
Now, do you grow anything traditionally outside, like peaches grow well in Georgia? Do you have peaches that you keep
Oh,
outside all year?
so I do have. Well, it's not. I have a pomegranate, a loquat, and a fig, which both don't have leaves. Those grow really well
Wow.
here.
Wow. So those you can leave
Then over
outside
here,
all year, right?
yeah. And then here's a lemon tree and eucalyptus and a yuzu lemon.
Wow.
These stay out all year too. Usually the citrus can stay out all year. This is a Nabal avocado. I have two avocado, three. I have Nabal, a reed, and a John Boyce.
Has any of them fruited yet?
No, I got those trees last year, so they're still pretty little.
Now, what fruit tree do you not have that you want to get?
Good question, and that's it. Well, my number one hit list tree is Julian Lara's Redlands White Sapot. That's the
Yes,
tree I want.
I actually have
'Cause
one.
I love white sapots, and everything that Julian says tastes incredible does. For him
Yes,
to speak so highly of that one,
yes,
yeah,
yes. Very
yeah,
well,
that's
very
without the
well.
doubt. Because I've been wanting to get, maybe I have room for another mango, but I'm waiting until I get that tree because I don't want to waste the real estate I have until I
Now,
get.
how big is your apartment or your house?
So it's an apartment. It's 1,250 square feet. It's a two-bedroom, two bath.
And those trees in general, they look great just in general. So let me ask you this question about like durian. Have you heard of durian?
Yeah, I have. I've eaten durian plenty
So
of
durian is a
times.
fruit that can't grow outside, even in South Florida. It gets too cold sometimes. Do you think somebody
Yes,
can grow a durian inside their house and fruit it like the way you would
I
grow?
think. Yeah, I think for sure if they really commit to it, I think that it's possible. It's just the factor is I don't know because the fruits they need sunlight to really intensify their sweetness. So I just don't know, like, because the plant lights can get them to grow, but it's just like, I mean, I would assume if you have enough lights, you may get it to flavor up pretty good, but certain fruit trees really need like that sunlight in order for them to get the sweetness and not only that, but just the full flavor.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'm going to share my screen
yeah.
again. This is pretty cool. So hold on, check this out. Maybe you could describe what we're looking at here. Uh, this is a beautiful view of your house.
Thank
And
you.
then look at this here. This is on your patio during the rain. Yeah, I guess
Yes.
I'm all out there sometimes to get some nice fresh rainwater. And look at that. They're getting a lot of water there. And
Yeah, and
you have
that's
the
why I'm
bags.
grateful. I'm grateful for those bags because that would be mango suicide if it were just those plastic pots.
Yeah, yeah. Great point. And then there, that's the way your balcony looks. No problems from the neighbors seeing all those trees in your balcony. You're okay. Everyone's okay with that.
Yeah, it's everyone's okay. I mean, it's an apartment complex. As long as you don't have a grill out there, they're fine with it.
There's some more of your mangoes and some.
That's the pomegranates over there that
Oh
I
wow!
showed you.
Is that tomatoes on the side or?
No, those are pomegranates.
Oh
It's
wow,
angel
growing off your
red. It's
balcony.
a
Wow,
variety called angel red.
wow, that's really cool.
Hmm.
And there's
That's coconut cream.
so you got coconut cream to fruit out there in Georgia.
Yes, it was delicious.
Wow. So there's an
That's
example.
Malika.
Wow, that's just amazing. So there we go. Really cool, really cool. And this is
Thank
encouragement.
you. Yes.
Everyone be encouraged. You could do this. And if people have questions and they want to contact you, uh, can they just find you on Facebook, or are you too busy to take questions, or would you rather them just post them below the video and then you could just?
Oh yeah, they can post questions. I mean, I like when I'm not training, I have time to like answer stuff.
All right, so everybody, the best place to post questions for
But
Jeff.
I'm sorry, I'm a member of like Potted Mango Growers and Mango Growers of America, so they can.
Great.
That's
There's
the Alam Benishon, Alam Per Benishon.
wow,
That was
wow.
really good. That was delicious.
Well, look,
That's
there's
a
a
cherry moya.
inside in Georgia. You're growing a cherimoya.
Yeah, well, so it goes outside. It didn't fruit inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I brought it in.
but still, the fact that
Yeah,
you're growing cherimoya is pretty.
yeah, it was delicious. I
Oh,
think it was. I mean, it was sold to me as El Bumpo, but it wasn't. But it was still really good.
yeah. Well, very cool, brother. Turn around your camera and let's see you here.
Awesome.
You can. All right, man. Uh, that's really cool, man. I appreciate you coming on and showing us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Paul. It was great meeting you, bro.
Yeah,
I
you.
love your videos.
Well, thank you, and that's what it's about. It's about helping people to be able to do this wherever they're at. So if somebody's watching and you're in a colder environment, because you're doing this in Georgia, somebody could be doing this in Alaska if they're doing it the way you're doing it,
Yeah,
right?
actually, I have a good buddy. He's in the fitness industry too. He's a bodybuilder, Samuel Flores. He grows beautiful mango trees. He's in Quebec.
In
So
Quebec,
he's
in
like
his
the most
house.
northern person I know that has beautiful, thriving mango trees.
Wow. So you don't need a greenhouse, folks, to be growing this. You can use your own house, can be your greenhouse.
Yeah.
And since it's LED lights, they don't get too hot, right?
No, they don't. They don't. You can't burn yourself with these. They have the perfect
Now, what's your
temperature.
plan as these trees get bigger? Are you going to keep pruning them and keeping them small, or do you have any backup plan? What are you going to do?
Well, I mean, if they get too big, I just sell them and start over. You know.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, because it's fun to grow them, but if they get too big, then hey, it's also fun receiving stuff in the mail that you order. You
Wow,
know,
that's
so
really cool.
when you sell them, you have more room for something else.
And show us one more time the thing that you get under the water, under the pots. What is that?
Yeah, so that is I don't. Let
Does
me
that
go look
catch the
up.
water when you water the tree? Does it catch it?
Yeah, actually, let me reach under. Let me go outside because I can show you what it is. So,
Okay.
here it is. It's called a pot elevator. So see,
Oh, I see. Okay.
so yeah, so it's the pot would sit on top of this, and see how it's got these triangular ridges. So all the
Yes.
water drips away from the plant because water always will always find the flattest surface. So these will always pull the water away from sensitive plants like mangoes during winter, and because mangoes are actually really hard to kill with the exception of just root rot.
Very nice, man. Thank you, brother, for showing us these things. And everybody, I want you all to be encouraged. You can grow mangoes wherever you are. You can grow tropical fruit trees wherever you are. And now, Jeppeth, when you get your trees, I know you get them. You said some Laura Farms is where you get many of your trees.
Yes.
Laura Farms, Miami.com. But is it at all possible to buy local trees in from tropical trees near you, or is it impossible?
Uh, well, actually, it's pretty much, I'm trying to think, locally. Well, actually, it's hit or miss, because sometimes Home Depot will carry things here like avocado or mangoes, and there's also like Lowe's or Pike's Nursery, but I mean, I don't buy stuff there because I prefer to get them from actual people that know what they're planning, like
Yeah.
Julie and Laura. And I also have gotten stuff from Alex.
At Tropical Acres Farms, yes.
Yeah, and Plantogram. And I mean, I try like a lot of different nurseries, but Laura Farms and Tropical Acres Nursery, Plantogram are like my top picks.
Well, wonderful, brother. Thank you so much. I'll show some more pictures here and talk about some little, but thank you so much for doing what you're doing. And any encouragement message you want to share with people out there before we go?
Yeah, just do what you love. Yes, don't give up.
Okay. All right. Don't give
Awesome.
up. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And everybody, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you like. And I'd love to see what you're doing in your houses with this idea. So where did you say you got those lights? From Amazon?
Oh, well, the company is Soltech Solutions, but they do sell them on Amazon. They're called Aspect Grow Lights, and I have the large size, but I also they have two different sizes. They have a large size, a small size, and then they have a screw in. So I have, for the mangoes, I use the large size, and for the other plants, I'll use a combination of the Vita, which is their smaller screw-in bulb. But they're worth every penny
Sure.
because they really do, really make this happen.
Well, I'm encouraged. And if I was in a cold environment, I would definitely try to seek out, I don't know about 20 trees, but I would definitely try to seek out maybe one mango, one avocado, and one of something else. I would suggest maybe they call them the dwarf varieties or the condo mangoes where you can grow pickering and stuff. They don't get as big as like Valencia Pride or something. And people normally grow them in their front patio. But this is a great idea, grow them inside. And I want to actually, if I can obtain a durian seed and maybe check it out and try to experiment in my house with something like that. But that's really cool.
Yeah, I think with a durian, your best bet is to put it in your bathroom somewhere where it can get constant steam and it's in a very humid tropical, I think a bathroom would be a great place for a durian.
That's a great idea, especially if you're in a
Yeah.
cold climate. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
thank you. That's great. And this is what we are about here at Fruitful Trees, getting the word out and helping people to help themselves figure out how to do these things, no matter what situation. Remember, there's no problems, only solutions. So that's
Yeah.
great. And everybody, thank you, Joe Path, for coming on the show. And I'll put your comments or questions below if you have questions for him. And until then, everybody, keep growing and have a fruitful day.